Hey everybody, this is Beverly at Bama Blind, and right now Jerry and I are driving a Tesla Model X. We just drove from our state and we had to come to another state because that's where they have the Tesla, and I'm gonna see if I can show you what it looks like. I think the dashboard is pretty unusual looking. I think it's clear, isn't it, Jerry?
Yes.
And then it's got this huge windshield that goes like from, I'll hold my hand out. Here's Gretchen right here. See if you can see Gretchen. She's able to sit in the front seat, which is something she's not able to do in our SUV. It's so quiet. It has no motor.
Now turn right onto North Decatur Road.
Oh, that was the autopilot. Now Jerry's turning right. So, Jerry, you're manually doing all this, correct?
Yes.
It's not on auto.
I won't do autopilot till we get on the expressway.
Okay. We're both wearing masks because...
Now turn right onto Blackman Drive.
Okay.
Where is Blackman Drive?
I don't know, but just turn right.
All right. There's no street sign, so I have no way to know whether this is or isn't Blackman Drive.
Well, I think the Tesla will tell us if it isn't.
All right.
We have no idea where we are because we're in another state and we're in a little
In 500 feet, turn right onto Scott Boulevard.
500 feet. I like the voice. It's not harsh at all. It's very easy. Okay. I'm gonna point out the window here.
Here's Scott.
Now turn right onto Scott Boulevard.
Right. I'll show Jerry with his mask on. The reason that we're test driving this is Jerry is 6'4", and we have to check every car out that we've ever bought to make sure that he's got headroom clearance. And right now, if I raise my hand up all the way to the ceiling, it is pretty far up. So, okay, now we're on Scott Boulevard. How fast are we going?
26 miles an hour.
Okay. Because you really can't tell. This car it's just so quiet you can't hear an engine revving.
And you don't really have to hit the brake, just come off the gas and it slowly...
Kind of like a golf cart.
It slowly slows down, yeah.
And then it creeps to a stop. You can set the stop settings, so if you want to have a creep and then a stop, or if you want to have like a little crawl and then a complete stop.
And 2 car lengths it maintains.
Yes, it's preset to follow 2 cars length. The air conditioner is going full blast and you can't hear that. It's nice and quiet.
Yeah, I can't even hear it.
No, all you can hear is the air blowing. Gretchen is panting because with the windshield being as huge as it is, she's got more space to look out the front. I'm just panning over to Jerry. Gretchen likes sitting right with me, which is what she's supposed to do. It's just that she has never had that opportunity in our SUV because the dash is so low and there's so much mechanics in there. So our son-in-law has got a Tesla Model 3, and he has demonstrated it to us so many times, and I know people laugh and say, oh, you're blind so you can drive a Tesla. They're not quite there yet, but I can tell you we just got a demonstration from the representative, and there are so many features on this car. It's not on auto drive right now. It will be as soon as we get onto this interstate, which we're not familiar with, so that's why.
In 500 feet, keep a right to take US 29 north, US 78 east.
Okay.
Now keep right to take US 29 north.
Great stop.
It was a traffic light stop.
Yeah, but it was so smooth. So, what do you think about it so far?
I really like it. It's got all the features.
Does it feel different than driving the SUV?
Absolutely.
How?
It just, like I say, it just has sudden pickup. Whoops, sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't mean to.
In
Yeah.
1,000 feet, keep a right to take US 78 east, Georgia 410 east towards Stone Mountain Freeway.
Well, I guess you know what state we're in. We're in Georgia, GA.
Now keep right to take US 78 east.
We're doing 45 miles an hour.
And what you hear, if you hear a roar, that's just the wind. That's just the friction, because there's no sound from the motor. And this car will go from 0 to 60. How fast?
4.8 seconds.
And when it goes that way, it is just an immediate kick in the butt. It's not that your engine under your hood revs up that gives you some idea that you're going to be taking off. It just takes off with no notice, because it has no sound and no torque of the engine, nothing like that. It also has a feature that you can talk to it, like you can push the button, which could really have a loc dot on it, and then push that button and then tell it what you want. So you could tell it to start the windshield wipers. You can tell it to turn on the headlamps. You can tell it.
500 feet, now take the Interstate 285 south ramp on the right.
You can tell it to turn on the music. My son-in-law's description of his commute to work in a really large city is that
In 1,000 feet, take exit 40 on the right onto
basically
East Ponce de Leon Avenue.
allows the vehicle to avoid the traffic and to veer into another lane when it needs to do that and stay
Now take exit 40 on the right.
very safe distance from the car on the right and the car on the
In 1,000
left.
feet, turn left onto East Ponce de Leon
See if
Avenue.
I can show you Gretchen. She's got her chin on my knee, and she certainly has plenty of room under here. But this doesn't, probably to her, it probably does not sound or feel
Now turn left onto East Ponce de Leon Avenue.
like a vehicle that she's used to. Get my purse out of the way. Go ahead. Here we go, Gretchen. Uh-oh.
I'm gonna put it in auto.
Okay.
pilot.
All
Now
right.
turn left to take the Interstate 285 north ramp.
Okay. You tell me when you put it in.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
Oh. Okay, no, it's an autopilot. So who's driving?
It is.
The Tesla's driving?
Yes.
Can I drive? No, I cannot drive, and I'm not going to drive. This is not our car. This is a test drive. Oh my gosh.
1,000 feet, take exit 39B on the right onto US 78 east towards Snellville.
How fast is it going?
It's going 64.
Did it just decide to do that?
Yes.
Now I wonder what that is.
Now take exit 39B on the right.
I just hit the brake and took it
Exactly.
off.
Just like cruise control. You
Yes.
hit the brake and it takes it off auto
Yes,
drive.
Just because it was wanting me to get off
Gotcha.
pretty soon, so I just hit the brake, or you can wiggle the steering wheel.
Anything at all that, probably breathe. Anything at all that shows that there's a human behind the steering wheel, any movement at all, will
It'll-
take it off of auto drive. I hope I'm panning on this correctly, and I hope I'm getting this video, y'all. This is so fun. It gives you, now with night vision, I can see the difference in the windshield and the dashboard. The dashboard all is dark, and then the windshield, it's a very, very
Now it's on autopilot again.
overcast day, so there's no sun coming in anywhere. And I'm sorry that I sound, I know I have my mask on, but that's okay too. We'll keep everybody safe. Because when we get out of this car, somebody else will drive the car eventually. And
Now I'm coming off of autopilot, getting off and exit
So-
ramp.
like if you were on autopilot, could you just take your hands off the steering wheel?
Yes,
Oh
you
my
could, but
God.
you're not supposed to.
Okay. And neither feet are on the accelerator or brake while you're on autopilot.
Correct.
Now turn left onto Brockett Road.
Okay.
So now I'm gonna go to navigate.
Because
Because I need to tell it to take us back home,
right, which is the dealership.
right?
Listen how quiet it is. There's no idling. The car's on. The air conditioner's full
Well, I
blast.
thought I was gonna go to navigation.
Is it easy to see the dashboard?
Yes. Now we're gonna go home.
Okay. I wonder if you told it
In
home.
500 feet, turn left to take the Georgia 410, US 78 ramp.
I wonder if you told it home, it would go home.
Probably with voice
I
activation.
think so. This is better than Siri or Alexa.
Now turn left to take the Georgia 410 ramp.
Oh, a little bit late. A little bit late to tell me to take the ramp. I'll have to turn around.
Oh, so it didn't autopilot that for you.
No. Told me to take that ramp, but by that point I was already in the right-hand lane and
Gotcha.
unable to position myself for the ramp.
Yeah, now that is one thing about our GPS
Now turn left onto Coolidge Road.
is that it tells you exactly which lane to be in well in advance. Okay, here we go.
Now turn right to take the Georgia 410 ramp.
Wow, it's so quiet. Again, the noise that you hear is the noise of the air.
Now I'm on autopilot.
Okay. Now tell me what your body's doing.
Just guiding. I'm gonna come off of autopilot because I don't know whether I'm to get off this exit or not. You See, without her directions and not knowing where I'm going,
It's taking you home though, right?
it should.
So I don't know if she talks about it or does it just drive there? If it were on autopilot, would it just drive home?
I believe it tells you each step of the way, each direction. So what I don't know is am I going the right way? Am I not going the right
Now
way?
take the Interstate 285 South ramp on the left.
I don't know if Gretchen knows what to think about this. I think she's getting a little jealous. Yes, I'm not going to drive this car, Gretchen. You're my little Tesla. But it is fun, isn't it? How's the comfort of it for you with your 6'4" body?
Fine. No problem.
Is the seat comfortable?
Yeah.
My seat's awesomely comfortable. It's got a nice lumbar.
Yeah, I don't have the lumbar adjusted.
I don't either, but it's got a nice lumbar pad back there.
So in addition to telling me, it's also got on the screen in 0.9 miles, make a right on La Vista Road.
Oh wow!
So in case you didn't hear it,
You can see it.
you can see it.
I can't get over the view, the expansion of the windshield.
Yes.
The window height is about the same as a standard car. I know you open and close the door differently because, again, Chris has one, our
Now
son-in-law.
take exit 37 on the right.
It's something as simple as opening and closing the door. He has to remind me how to do it.
Vista Road.
Now it says take a left on La Vista Road.
Oh, and is that rain coming down?
It is.
Now turn left onto La Vista Road.
Here, Gretchen, you're doing good. She's all squished in here with her harness. She's really not squished. She's got tons of room. I'm telling you, she's really got lots of room. She's just nervous because it's not our car.
Right.
Her whole body is fitting front to back in this leg space. So that gives you an idea. Oh wow. So if I'm even a passenger in this car with a guide dog, and she's a little bit on the large size of
Now
medium.
turn left to take the Interstate 285 South ramp.
Oh, you gotta give me more notice than that. She didn't give me enough notice.
People were yelling, honking. So quiet.
Yeah.
That's another thing about a Tesla is that if you've read anything about them, people take them camping and they actually sleep in their car because the air conditioner can just run all night long. The back part folds down and the air conditioner runs and doesn't use up basically any energy, so you can get back in it and drive the next day. which is really good for people that
In 1 mile,
use
take
their
exit
car.
39A on the right onto US 78 west towards Decatur, Atlanta.
Okay, I think I'm going to end this video because we've gotten a pretty good idea of what it's like to drive the car, to see if Jerry fits in the driver's seat and Gretchen and I fit in the passenger seat. Those are both very good, and even though there's a huge learning curve, I believe, to go to all these knobs, not knobs, but programs on this thing. Jerry's just done this impromptu, so there's no studying or anything. He's not test driven one of these before, and it's a total different kind of vehicle than we're used to. So thanks for coming along with us, and maybe one day if we get a Tesla like this, I'll upgrade it and be able to drive it myself legally. So I hope you've enjoyed our adventure, and I will talk to you soon, everybody. Bye bye.